replaced. I mentioned doorknobs and handles. Well, if they're loose, repair them. If they're old, if they're grimy, if they're nasty looking, go ahead and replace them. Door handles aren't that expensive. Drawer knobs, cabinet knobs aren't that expensive. Consider replacing those, updating them, making them look modern, newer, matching the rest of the house. You might want to also consider giving your home a fresh coat of paint. I'm going to show you a picture, and in this picture there are a variety of things that are going on that we'll take a look at. This particular home, it's kind of hard to tell, but the paint, I consider it like a chocolate milk paint. The gutters were leaking. There's a basement in this home, and water had gotten in the past through here. The homeowner poured some concrete, but it didn't completely eliminate the issue. As water would come through, this concrete had settled, so water would come off of the gutters and come into here and go down through this seam and find its way down into the basement. So in the process of painting the outside of the house, replacing the gutters, the concrete was pulled up, the gutter downspouts went into PVC that went underground, and I'll show you that in just a moment, and went into a drain that's in the driveway that goes around the back side of the house. The homeowner pulled the water away from the house and then resealed all of this and painted all of this. Here's what that house looks like now. And you can see this is not that same paint. The way the shadows are here on the garage doors, it looks a little bit different, but the garage door area is actually the same color as the rest of it. It's just how it looks in shading. And you can see how the downspouts from the gutters come out. They go down into the concrete. You can see where this whole concrete section was cut and taken out, and the drain goes into the gutter right here. So the water is all taken away from the house to fix that issue. So one of the things that you may consider doing is taking a look at replacing any issues that you have with water around the home. Also, this home, some of the fascia board was rotting. Some of the soffit area was rotting. So in that whole process, all of that was replaced. If there were issues, it was replaced. And then it was painted and sealed to keep water out of the paint. Some other things that you want to consider replacing in your home may be light fixtures or light bulbs. Replace bulbs if you have mismatched bulbs. You don't need a warm light and cool lights in the same fixture. Replace those bulbs. This particular home replaced all of the interior bulbs, well, almost all the interior bulbs. I think there were 6 or 7 specialty bulbs that didn't get replaced, but most all of them were replaced with LED bulbs. And in the process of replacing these with these LED bulbs, and most of them all went cool white to add brightness to the home, in that process, light switches were also replaced. Many of the light switches that were in here were a touch dim switch that didn't work with LED lights, especially with more than one LED bulb in the series. So the light switches were changed out. You can see there's one switch that wasn't changed out. It's kind of dirty looking. It's a $2, $3, $4 light switch. Change the switch out. Clean it. If you can't clean it, replace it. There's no sense in leaving that for people to go, ooh, gross, I don't want to touch that. And in that process, the seller cleaned the light switch covers, but they still didn't look as good as new ones do, especially with the new ones. So all the switch plates have been replaced in this home, especially where the light switches were changed out. Replaced all of those things. So those are some things that you want to consider when it comes to replacing in your home. You're not taking paint off to put new paint on, but you're putting new paint on. Replacing the light switches, replacing the light fixtures. Maybe in the bathrooms, replace the bathroom fixtures, shower heads, faucet knobs, all of those things. Consider replacing those items in your home, especially if they're dated and aren't as appealing to a buyer as what's accepted or expected in your current market at the moment that you're selling your home. Maybe give your kitchen a facelift. Is it time for new kitchen cabinets, which is going to be expensive? Is it time for some new kitchen countertops, which may not be as expensive as cabinets, but it's going to be an expensive piece if you decide to do that. Replace old carpet with freshened up carpet. I'm going to show you another picture of this home, and this is an area of the basement where water would get in. The homeowner pulled damaged sheetrock off of the wall back here and pulled up all of the wet, damaged carpet. It's been gone for a while, but in getting their home sold, and you can also see there's clutter here. We're going to talk about decluttering in a moment. You can also see all of this. So that's what the room looked like previously, and the seller had some carpet squares left over from from other areas in the home that they'd had for a while. So they put new carpet squares down, had some expense on some labor, had some expense on some glue, put in this vinyl base that's here that finishes out the room. There's still got a few things to do in here, but for the most part, see how much better that room looks? That's the exact same room, same receptacle that was over there that you can see in here, but it just looks much more inviting. This room could be now continued to be used as storage, which is what it was used for before. That's dirt on the other side of both of these two walls. This could become a safe room, and it's about 20 by 10 or 20 by 12 almost in this home. So it's a pretty significant size room that's in a basement that could be used as a storm shelter if they needed it to. Our area had some tornadoes roll in recently, and people are talking about putting storm shelters in. This is a great option for this home. So that's talking about getting carpet replaced. If you've got old, outdated carpet, it may be time to get new carpet put in, or at least be prepared to give an allowance to a buyer who comes in and goes, ooh, I don't like this carpet. This carpet's 10 or 12 years old. There's some places where it's coming up. It's got some ridges in it. It can't be stretched anymore. If you don't go ahead and replace it, you may need to be prepared to allow some money to go toward the new buyer replacing that carpet. Give your windows a facelift. We mentioned repairing any broken windows. If you've got old wood windows, you might want to consider some new energy efficient vinyl windows going in. It just depends again on what's expected in your market. If you're going to be leaving appliances, if you have a 20-year-old refrigerator, you might consider replacing that, or the dishwasher, or garbage disposal, or ice maker, whatever it is. Consider upgrading that with current modern appliances, especially if they're outdated, and you can have that ready for the buyer when they come in, that it's brand new appliances that you've put in. You might want to consider also some home automation, whether that is a smart thermostat, smart light switches, smart garage door openers, or door openers themselves, but smart homes. Many buyers today are looking at that. They want to be able to control on their phone, open up a door, change the temperature in a home, monitor all those things. So some things that you might consider doing to get your home ready to sold. It's not designed to take money away that you're going to earn from the home, but it's designed to make sure that there are no issues with the home, that also that buyers are attracted to the home and don't turn their nose up at it and walk away. You want to get an offer on the home so that you can move forward, moving on to what you have next. Again, you've decided to sell your home for a variety of reasons. Downsize, upsize, relocate to a different area, liquidate it for whatever reason. You want to sell your home. You don't want it on the market a long time, so make sure that you have it ready and prepared for a buyer to come in to make an offer. Replace isn't just on the inside. It can be on the outside. Maybe you need to have a landscape crew come in and change out some plants. If they died over the winter, get rid of them. Have new plants brought in. Replace those dead plants with new plants. Curb appeal is a real thing. When someone drives up to your home, you want them to be drawn in, to want to get the key out of the key box, to walk inside and take a look. If they drive up to the home and the outside condition of the home is such that they go, I think I'll pass. I've actually been with buyers before and we've done that. We've passed on a home before. I could not get them past what the outside of the home looked like to even see the beautiful, gorgeous inside. They couldn't get past that. Curb appeal is real. Address the curb appeal. Invite buyers into your home based on what the outside looks like. Some of that's going to be replaced and some of that's going to be removed. So we're going to go ahead and move into the remove while we're still talking some about replace. Let me show you a picture here of this same home that we just got prepared to put on the market. Ice storm came through a few months ago and broke this tree, a big statement piece in the front of the house. And you can see the shrubs. The mulch doesn't look very good at all, but here's what that area looks like now. The tree has been trimmed up. New mulch has been put in. The shrubs have been trimmed. Again, we'd seen earlier this house had been painted. Looks good. The driveway's been cleaned off. It's great curb appeal. Some color was added. We repurposed some pots that the seller wasn't going to keep, that was going to get rid of. We repurposed some of those by having some color put in those. You can see some plants around the front of the garage. It's just a warm, inviting feel when people drive up and they go, oh wow, I love this. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the inside. That's what you want to get. That's the emotion that you want to elicit from a buyer to come in to take a look at your home. So in the removing, let's get rid of things outside that detract from the view of the home. Here's another one of those, some things that need to be removed. This was the outside patio that was not prepared to be looked at, but here's a picture after things were removed and some things were replaced. Color was added back here. Repurposing some tables. Just cleaning it up and making it look good. And so cleaning is a part of that. When talking about cleaning, let's also take a look at, this was an area on the inside of the house in the living room with huge windows there where a plant lived. This is not mold on the floor. This is black coming from the soil, from the water that would wash through and dry on the tile. There was a protector underneath it, but it wasn't 100% effective. You can see that. So when the house was getting prepared, we had a tile person come in and clean all the tile in all of the bathrooms and kitchen and floor, wherever it was, clean the tile, clean the grout, and reseal it. And it's amazing what this steam cleaning did for this particular room. That tile I just showed you was in this area right in here where this plant was able to leverage these windows here, and you can see that it is clean now. That is not there anymore. It was an amazing thing for having this cleaning coming in. And so the removing is remove dirt, remove dust, remove all those things, clean all those items so that your home does look appealing when it's prepared and ready to be on the market. I showed you a picture earlier of this home down in the basement where there were things on the table and it needs to be cleared out of there and removed. Declutter your home. You're selling your home. Live in your home as if you were a guest. A guest doesn't bring everything they own to go stay with somebody else for a week or a month or 2 months. So you're a guest in your own home. Here's what you need to do with all the stuff that you have to declutter. You need to store it, sell it, or donate it. If you're keeping it and you're moving it with you when you move and you don't have to have it to live now, store it. If you're not going to keep it, go ahead and donate it or sell it. Get it out of the house. If it doesn't help the house to look appealing, go ahead and get rid of it. You also have a lot of personal items in your home that you may not want to be in pictures or videos that buyers or other agents are going to have when they come in to take a look at your home. Many times I've actually gone and done a video walkthrough of a home for a buyer who's relocating and isn't there, and I'll send it to them or doing it live with them. They see all of the stuff as if they would see it live, but that picture or that video lives on. Maybe they have a spouse who wasn't with them, so they had to take pictures or do some video to send to them. If you don't want it shared out on social media, then don't leave it left in the home to be seen. Again, you don't want your stuff getting in the way of a buyer being able to see their stuff in that space. You want them to go, oh, I think this would look perfect here. I can't wait to get this here. It's big enough that we can put our TV right here. Whatever it is, you want them to see it to where they're able to see it as their space. And you may hear talk about staging your home. Well, all of this is really staging your home. But in our industry, staging is sometimes looked at as only bringing in furniture to make the room look like how it could be used. And that is an element of it. A real estate agent can help you and determine whether or not you need your home to be staged. This home that I showed you some pictures of is a vacant home. There's a little bit of furniture left, but not much. It may be necessary to bring in a dining room table and some chairs, maybe a couch or a nice cushiony chair, a bed or a dresser. Just a few items to kind of dress it up where they can see kind of what the intended use is of the home if you're not sure what that intended use is. It's obvious what a bedroom is. It's usually obvious what a dining room or a kitchen is. But you might decide that it is worth the little bit of expense to bring some pieces of furniture in to continue to attract and draw buyers into the home. Well, we've said a whole lot today about getting your home prepared to sell. Some things you need to repair, some things you need to replace, and some things you need to remove. If you're not sure what to do, talk to a real estate professional. Most of the ones that I know will come and talk to you for free, walk through your home, point some things out to you, and they hope that when it comes time to sell your home, that you will enlist their professional services to get your home sold. If you don't have an agent to talk to, I have a network of agents throughout the entire United States and some international countries. If you don't have an agent where you are, let's have a conversation about how I can help you get you ready to sell your home, whether that's me doing it personally or me getting you somebody who can help you do that personally. I hope that you have a blessed day and that you'll join me next time when we look at pricing your home. Now that you've got it prepared, how much are you going to sell it for? We'll figure that out on the next Get Me Ready to Sell podcast.